Hello.
This meeting is being
Good morning.
recorded.
Morning, Moritz.
Hello, hello.
Hello. How's everything going?
It's going well. Just prepared breakfast for the 18 women at the retreat.
I've read it. You're the cook.
Yes. I'm also the cook. Like the main chef is Ria's husband.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, beautiful.
Yeah. Cooking, cooking, cooking.
18 women are there.
Yeah, or maybe it's like 16 women and then the two of us. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's the
but
number.
but you're not leading the program with Via
No, no, it's a women's retreat. I would be misplaced given my gender.
a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Anything for anyone
Mm-hmm.
this morning?
Hello, Victor.
Good morning, Victor.
Good morning.
Um, so I'm still focusing my energy and attention on creating clients. I do like 10 free online sessions each month. I think now I've had like 7, and there is no client.
Coming from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have interests, but so I've been thinking, do I really have to take that action in the moment, or do I have
Not
to
action.
take, yeah, to ask them to join like a program of 6 sessions? Because at the end of the session, I ask, what do you take with you, and what are you going to do? The insights, and then I ask also, yeah, when you want to join like program with me, just let me know.
Mm-hmm.
So is it good to let them wait for a couple of weeks and then to call them back, or to suggest offer that they can't refuse? Because that's what I learned in the beginning of my business. Call them back to make them an offer.
And did it work?
It worked, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is you did that worked.
Yeah, and that time I just had like my first 5 sessions in a
Yeah.
very low price, in a
Yeah.
normal price, and then I called them back and I suggested them like 5 sessions, but with a
Yeah.
lower price that they can't refuse. And I'm thinking now I'm 1 year uh, I'm 1 year in action with my business now. Do I still have to make that offer and to lower my price, or do I keep my price? And because you said I have to higher my
Raise your
price.
price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, price, what is an offer that nobody can refuse? How much did people pay you?
That's a concrete question.
That's a concrete question. How much did people pay you?
For one session, it's 105.
For the off, okay, and for the offer nobody could refuse.
And that time in the beginning, it was like 250 for 5 sessions.
Okay. Now, 250 euros. If you think about buying a pair of shoes,
Mm-hmm.
and I say like, hey, I have a pair of shoes here, an offer you can't refuse, 250 for the pair of shoes. Do you think like, damn it, I have to buy those shoes? No, you don't, right? If I say like, hey, an offer you can't refuse, 250 for this hat,
Mm-hmm.
you're also not gonna be like, okay, come on, let me buy this. I want to be first to buy it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because an offer you can't refuse has very little to do with the price. It's always the price in comparison to the value people perceive they will get from your offer.
Mm-hmm.
So if Steve Hardison comes to you and he says like, I don't know if you're a Steve Hardison fan, but let's assume you are, and he comes to you and he says like, Didier, I make you an offer, 10,000 euros for 1 year of coaching with me. That would be an offer you can't refuse, I guess. Why? Because you associate a value of 200,000 to 1 year of coaching with Hardison. If I come to you and I
Mm-hmm.
say like, hey, I have a brand new, I don't know, Ferrari or Lamborghini, 6,000 euros. It's brand new, it's legal, it's not stolen thing. I just won it in the
Mm-hmm.
lottery. I don't want it. Would you buy it for 6,000 euros? Yes, you would,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you're thinking about, do I need to lower my price? Do I need to higher my price? But you think that associated to the value you give your coaching.
In the beginning of my
That's
business,
why I challenge.
in the beginning of
Say
my
again.
business, in the beginning of my business, I had really an issue about asking money
Yeah,
because it is in a like in an agreement of 5-6 sessions, and that amount of money in one time was much for me of saying. But now I'm over it. I have no problem to ask of 100 euros.
yeah.
Do I do I have to take that action in the moment to really because they were enthusiastic?
Look, I'm not gonna tell you like what you should or shouldn't do, but let's look at it together, okay? Did you hear what I just said?
Mhm.
What did I just say?
Yeah, it's connected to the value that I give.
Yeah. Now, what is also like, okay, let's play a game of comparison for a moment, okay?
Mhm.
Even though there's no use in a game of comparison, but let's play it for a moment. Do you think that all the coaches you've seen on Facebook and LinkedIn and all, do you think they're all much better than you are in coaching? They
Sometimes I
have
do, I
that you
guess.
don't. Okay, yeah. Now, I can share one thing with you. That's where your price is anchored. Because I know many coaches who I don't necessarily think have way more skill than you do in asking questions and being present with somebody. I don't think so. And they ask 3 times the money you ask. Now, what gives them the permission to do that? Simply them asking, saying that's my price, and then the market responding. What is the market? It's other people. I challenged you with your price. Why? Because you have to go out there, stand for the price, and then either be rejected, which doesn't exist. There can only be somebody saying no, or a yes. I
Mhm.
thought in the beginning, I started the first paid coaching session was 10 euros for me. And at the time when I then moved to 50 euros, that's like, wow, 50 euros. I get 50 euros an hour. That's more than I ever got as a dancer. Wow. Okay. Then I go to 100 euros. Same struggle clients than before. Then I go to 150. Same struggle to getting clients than before. It was the same process. I moved the price to 200, something around 200 euros. I got more clients than before. 300 euros, I have more clients than before. I started a community. We asked 125 in the beginning. It took the same amount of action to get people in. Then now at 250. Now I raised the price. We're going to do 5,000 for the year. It's going to take the same struggle to get people in than before. Right? The thing is, you think that people will say no to you because of 200 euros more or less. They will say no to you if the value they see, they perceive this thing that you offer has, is lower than what they think they pay. Or actually what people want is they want to perceive the price higher than what they're paying. And if it's too close to this line, they don't buy.
And what they see is that has to do with how you're creating yourself and how visible you make yourself. And
it's also
what you share.
how much you help them with what they want. Because this is like how visible I am, how good I am. Nobody gives a damn about us. They give a damn about, hey, do I see this person being able to help me with what I want?
Yeah.
That's what people give a damn about. And when that comes out and clear in the communication with them, then they're very likely to buy.
Also after one session.
After one session, maybe it's 2 sessions, maybe it's you do webinars, maybe you want to take more time. It really depends. It really, really depends. Now, this is where it gets so elusive, right? Like we want to ask the how to, but who you are being is the way to get clients is to lower my price, or I need to kind of devalue what I'm doing in order to, right? And that's just one possibility.
I get it. That was a thing that I was thinking of. Who do I have to be in my second year to build my business and to have a full calendar and a price?
Yeah.
You attract then other type of clients when you have a double of the price.
Yeah. Ria told me this story when she was working for Landmark, right? They were asking 1,350 D-Mark at the time, right? That's when she did the training. And then I think Werner left the organization, or like officially left the organization. And then they decided, okay, we lower the price to 650 euros or D-Mark at the time, like half the price. They halved the price. And everybody was like excited because they thought now we're going to get way more people in. It stayed exactly the same. Same amount of registrations, same amount of signups, no difference. Now, is it possible that I'm saying a price that for the person that I'm talking to is too high? Yes, but there are 2 directions I can go. I can go like, okay, I need to lower my price, Or I can go like, okay, what can I do to increase the perceived value? Because it's always perception. It's never like, what is value? We can't grab value. Value is is a conversation. So it's always the perceived value. How can I improve that? Okay, did I listen closely? Did I really get them? Did I really deeply get who they are, what they wanted? Could I give them a call back and say like, hey, I felt there's something that we missed in the first coaching conversation. I would love to go deeper with you and really excavate this thing, right? You can always go back. It's not like, oh, I had this conversation, they didn't choose, so okay, it's done, right? You can go back. You can say like, hey, I want to offer you another 30-minute conversation because I felt we didn't really get to the point. And it would settle my mind to know that I've given my all in this coaching conversation. Okay, great.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
Because now I had something like I gave them that free hour, and now I give it some time and I call them back, make that offer directly. But it's better to ask from what did you
Look, you
take
can do that. You can do that. If it worked before, why not?
yeah.
I mean, I'm curious, like, why are you now not sure about the way you've done it before?
I think maybe I asked myself much questions that I have to change a lot in my second year, but I have to build on what I have already been doing.
Yeah, look, like,
because I heightened my price in a short time.
yeah. And now
Now I say, okay, that's
now you need to do a lot of different things. You don't. You really don't. You can still call people and see. And now, if the price is higher, is it possible that more people say no? Yes.
so you have
But
to
if
contact more people then.
not necessarily. Look, like, let's say your price is, I don't know, let's take a random number. Let's say your price is 1,000 euros. Okay. And before, out of 10 people, okay, at 1,000 euros, out of 10 people, 8 bought. Okay. Now you raise your price to 1,500 euros. And out of 10 people, 6 buy. You still make more money as a business. So yes, you could increase the conversations, the amount of conversations, but it always is a question of, like, I mean, this is simple math. 6 clients at 1,500 is more money than 8 clients at 1,000. So when you raise your price, does it happen that maybe a certain group of your audience doesn't buy anymore? Yes. Yes, that's possible, but purely from a business perspective, will it harm the business? No. Why? You have people that are willing to pay a higher price. Does this correlate to them being more invested also in the process? Not always, but it can. Not always. I say not always because if you have a millionaire that now pays 1,500 instead of 1,000, it won't really make him more invested necessarily, depending on how he values money. So price is only one equation of investment and commitment, but it plays a role for many, many people. So when you raise the price, you have higher commitment. It's the reason I had this similar conversation with myself. I'm like, wait a second, I'm spending a lot of time on the community, on things that we're doing there. I'm building this course, I'm doing all of this, and I'm kind of trying to serve a market that has no money or little money to invest. And what I'm getting is there's very low commitment in that world of, okay, maybe if I pay like 50 euros a month, I can afford the kind of coaching. There's a reason why people are in that position then. Now, I can be somebody who chooses to say like, okay, that's exactly the market I want to serve. Now, what I'm looking at is, who do I want to be? What do I want to enable? I want to work with people who have an impact. That's what I want to do. And they tend to be people a bit farther along in their journey. They have employees, they have people around them, they coach, they have a running business. So if I work with you and you have 20 people, that has a bigger impact. And if I work with you and you have no clients, right? So given all of that I looked at, I'm like, hey, wait a second, I'm trying to play a game of also like making it so cheap that nobody can refuse it, but actually I see a lot of value, and I see more value in this container when there are people really committed to the container.
Yeah.
And it fits me as a person. It fits who I am and how my character is developed at the moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Then it's more important to vision what kind of type of client that you want and really make it in detail on that sort of client that I want to attract. Now I had something like, I'm there for everyone, but that's not true.
You can, but simply, I say like one possibility to change, to impact the you could say the quality of clients is to raise price. That's one way to impact that. It's not the only way, but it's one way, because it will demand of you to be able to stand for that price for your work.
Yeah.
Now, you will value your work very likely differently. Is it possible to see like, hey, it's all neutral, it's just thought? Yes, totally. And most of us are developed in a certain way and trained in a certain way and conditioned in a certain way that if I charge more money, I also give it a different value. Now it will require this of you, so there's an evolution for you to do, but it will also require people to get that value. And those people who do tend to be more committed. It's like oftentimes when you give a lot of discounts or you give people like extra treatments, those are the people you have the most problems with.
Yeah, that's true.
Most problems. Like it's funny. It's funny how this works.
That's what I experienced also, and then you put so much energy in it to motivate them and to. True.
Yeah, you put so much effort and energy into this, but then if you're about impact, if you're about making a difference for people, why would you then go and spend so much extra energy on somebody who has a really hard time fully being committed and being their word and valuing the process, when you could take the same time and give it to the people who do value, who do commit, who do see like, hey, I upfront the money. Yeah, no problem. I'm all in. Yes, I want to do a year with you. Yes, I'm going to pay the full price. But we get like, oh, we get in this scarcity mindset of like, oh, but it's one more client, right? Now, does it depend on where you are in your stages and development? I think yes. In the beginning as a dancer, I did every job I could because that's the experience phase. You do as much as you can.
Yeah.
But you're 1 year in, your business worked well, you have like 20 clients at the moment. Yes, you can see like, hey, DJ, it's not an accident. It's not an accident. If you have a year and you work with like, I don't know, I think by now like 60 people or so in that year, that's not an accident. And people refer new clients to you, that's not an accident. If you get referrals, that's always a good sign of a healthy business, because it means people feel so much value from the work that they tell important people about it. You only talk about a movie and recommend it to people if you like the movie. If it's a shitty movie, you don't. You might gossip about the bad movie. You might say like, "Oh, what a shitty movie." But you're not gonna go to your mom and recommend to watch a movie for your friends.
No, that's true. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Daniel.
Hello, Daniel. Today's Boys' Days.
Hi. Yeah.
All the women are at the retreat. It feels like
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
By the way, like one Didier, do I say your name right?
Didier, yeah.
Didier. Okay, you will teach me that one day. So congratulations if you have 20 clients. I think that's good. Is it a full practice?
No.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. So this is a really interesting conversation because like so Moritz, I'm like starting to feel I have 14 clients now and starting to feel that my calendar is getting full. So I don't know how much I can take on. Um, I had my I had a conversation with my coach around that, and I will look at my calendar and figure out precisely like is it 16, 18, 20, right? And I'm thinking of okay, then I'm gonna increase my price. Um, so I've been thinking about like this conversation a lot lately. Um, and so in my head, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go like incrementally, but also I'm thinking that like, is it necessary to go that way? I think
No.
probably it would be smart, but at the same time, I also see how that's a rule.
Yeah.
I mean, but
And that's really it. Period. Now, I mean, is it so that I don't know, like what I've been taught by Ankush and by others, does it work? I totally think it does work, and it works for many, many people, 100%. But is it the only way it works? Absolutely not. In fact, like Steve Chandler, when we had the Being Business program in Italy, he would say like, yeah, in the beginning you might ask $1,000, and then you get clients and it works, and you see like, hey, this people value it, so you increase to $2,000, and then you work and you see, and it's like, oh yeah, it's working, and then you might increase it to, and he said a different number. He talked about doubling your price. Now, does he always say that? No. Did he teach like also incremental changes? Yes. But Karen Davis on the masterclass, what did she say? Oh yeah, I had my first coaching package I sold for, what did she say, like $5,000. Then the next person came in, I asked them $7,000, they paid. The next person came in, and she played that. Every new client came in, she just increased her price by 2,000 until 14,000. And by 14,000, a few people, then she increased it to like 20. Then she got 4 no's. She reduced the price again to 14. She got yeses again, and then she increased it, and then yeah, went to like plus 20. So there are no rules. You make the rules.
Yeah.
The thing is, what often happens is we want to have the rule book. We want to have the rule book because we want to know that it will work. You know, like, okay, if I follow this step, then finally it will work out. We have a big problem dealing with the uncertainty of like, you offer it to 2 people say no. And that's where most people freak. And that's why this incremental changes, get to a full practice and then increase, works for so many people, because so many people can't handle the uncertainty of having a high price, getting 10 no's, and only 2 yeses. Because it means that you're going to talk to like 4 people that are going to say like thank you, but no thank you. But getting those 2 yeses can be worth more for you and the value you assign to it than like 5 yeses at a lower price. So it really depends where you are in your stage of development with your business. Now, in the beginning, what people don't get is that the value you get from experience is more than the money. And that's why in the beginning you trade money for experience. But the more experience you get, then there is also the stage where you need to kind of balance out the business side of things. So that's when you can really play. And in fact, I can give you a game to play.
Okay.
Make an offer to one of the next people and risk losing them. That's like 50 or 100% higher than your normal offers. And just see what happens. Right? We get so serious about it. Doesn't need to be.
Okay. Yeah. It's interesting because when I started, I read the Prosperous Coach and so on, and I actually I started with a higher price. So I asked for more money than I'm asking now, and I started. It was 7 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, right? And I got many no's, but I got a few yeses, and sometimes I needed to get creative and half the program, half the price, but people did sign up, right? And so it's just, and lowering my price helped me to fill my practice. And now mostly, like almost everyone where we get there, I got yeses. So it does work. And now, like, yeah, it's a good reminder / invitation to also question the rule book.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where it comes back to who you're being, right? If you're being like, I need to get every client, yeah, then everything will be in the context of like, actually who you're being is, I don't have enough. And if you're being that, then you're always going to struggle. You're always going to look. You can't be free in playing with it. You're not free then to say to somebody, hey, we do a crazy program together. It's 50K. Now, do you have to do that? Absolutely not. Do you need to do that? No. Could you do that? Not if you're not being free with it. If you are free with it, you could. I didn't change anything about the program to now say like it's 5,000 for a year in the community. The only thing I changed was I got clear like, hey, I'm operating on something that I don't want to operate on. Period. Okay. Changed. Hey, Ria, we're changing the price to 5,000. Perfect. I'm aligned. Great. That's it. And then I'll let you guys know. That's the new price. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a good morning. We don't have session tomorrow, given that Ria and I are both on the retreat, but next week again. Okay.
Thank you very much, and
thank you.
have a nice day.
You
Have
too.
a nice day.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.